Hello, Namasarvebhyaha. So, we shall essentially see some little bit of mathematics in old Hindu times, Hindu also in philosophy. Now, I am particularly interested to take out Pythagoras theorem, a very famous theorem in Greek mathematics, probably by the Greeks, they say. But little bit of a history. Pythagoras was definitely a Greek intellectual, and he came to Egypt to study some esoteric sciences which was prevalent in those times. I would say around 3000 years, 2000 years is a common era starting. Pythagoras period must be around Alexander's time, 600, 500, 400 BC. Which Pythagoras we are not able to clearly point out, but he is responsible for Pythagoras theorem, who came to Egypt to study the esoteric sciences. Because Egyptian civilization was a very high civilization in those times too, because they were constructing pyramids, they were constructing, they had some esoteric sciences also, mathematics, they were very good. So when a Persian king invaded Egypt at that time, there is always a constant conflict between Persians, Greeks, Romans and Egyptians. Persians means the modern Iran. And he captured Pythagoras. The Persian king captured Pythagoras. Pythagoras was caught and he came to Persia. Now strangely, if you take the eastern Persia, which has the border with Baluchistan, the undivided Vedic India, if we take the Baluchistan, the northwestern province where Purushottam Maharaja, a tribal chieftain, opposed Alexander the invader. And then we have the Persia has a long border with Afghanistan also. That is why most of the Afghanistans speak Persian language, Pashtun they say. It's a Persian language, Pashtun. And so this Pythagoras was wandering and he came to the borders of Baluchistan. Baluchistan, Peshawar, all those are Rigvedic civilization. Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan. Turkey is different from Turkmenistan. These Tulakias, whom we call are Turks. They, during the migration, they stopped on the way and built a colony in Turkmenistan. The Russian colony it was before, Soviet Union. And so all this Stan, all these Vedic civilizations, Sanskritam developed from there. All the civilizations you see. Therefore, Pythagoras came here, saw that, and then the Indian sages were building Homagunda, Yajna Gundas. And on that basis, they were calculating, and then they were laying the bricks and calculating. Now, we had what is known as a famous sutras called Shulba Sutras. So, this is the verse. I am quoting you the exact verse. Dirga Chatura Sasya Akshnaya Rajjuhu Tiryakmani Parshva Manischa Yet Pritak Bhute Kurutaha Tat Ubhayam Karoti is this thing. Kurutaha is for Dvivachana, present tense only, Parasmaipadi, Lat Lakara Rupaha, Kurutaha. These two people are doing. So Dvivachanam we have. Karoti, he is doing, single, Ekavachanam. Both are Lat Lakara. Now let us understand, I will give you a word by word split meaning. Dirgha means Dirgham, the long. Dirgha Chatura, square. Sasya means normally in Sanskritam parlance, Sasya means seed. Vidai they call, no seed. But in Leelavati, Bhaskaracharya mathematics and all, Sasya is used for phalam, merits, obtaining merits. Okay. We have a lot of this applications in Leelavati mathematics, Bhaskaracharya's mathematics, some of these words, where that's a separate subject by itself. Like you have a table. A table in English means, in mathematics it means 5 fours are 20, 5 fives are 25, 5 tables, 5 six are 30. But a table is in the ordinary parlance a writing table. You can sit on a table, you can write on a table like that. So likewise, okay, Sasya means here meriting. So Dirgha Chatura Akshnaya Now, Akshnaya, Dirgha means Chatura means I have told you square. So, Sasya means meriting. Dirgha, Chatura, Sasya, Akshnaya. Now, Akshnaya is by traversing. Now, traversing means roaming freely, means going through, going on those lines. See, the Homagunda was constructed in a square manner. Now, going on those lines, and Akshniya can also means diagonally. But I am applying as if going through these lines. Why? Because I will tell you later. Akshnaya, Rajjuhu. Rajjuhu means line. Simple line, Rajjuhu. We have the Rajju, Tali also we call that the Rajjuhu. So, Rajjuhu. Parshvamani. Now, Parshva means sides. Parshva Grihe, the next house we see. Parshva means sides. Mani means measurement. Mani means pure, Mani means in mathematics it is measurement. Tiryak Mani. Now, Tiryak means you have to say diagonally also Tiryak means, and Tiryak can also mean horizontally. So, Tiryak means both diagonally, horizontally also, and Tiryak Mani, Cha is and only. So, Parshvamani on the sides, Tiryak Mani horizontally, and Tiryak Mani can also mean perpendicular in certain ways, in certain Bhaskaracharya's mathematics. So, Tiryak Mani, Parshvamani on the sides, and Tiryak Mani, Parshvamani, Yat Prithak Bhute, Yat which, Prithak means separate. It's a pure Sanskrit, no confusion on that. Prithak Bhute means expanding. Chatura Bhute. You are now making a square, Bhutam. Bhuta means expansion of a square. I will come to the Anvayaha. Anvayaha means I will set the subject and the predicate later on. So I am going to give you word by word meaning as found in the Shulpa Sutra, and then I will do the Anvaya. Yat Prithak Bhute Kurutaha. They are doing. What is Kurutaha? Kuruta means being, they are doing means that Tiryak Mani and the Parshvamani, the sides of the lines, and the perpendicular, one is Akshniya, traversing all these lines. Parshva, what is perpendicular to the Parshva can be horizontal, or the Parshva to the horizontal, if you are going to take Tiryak Mani, is the perpendicular. Okay. Tiryak Mani, Parshvamani cha yat Prithak Bhute Kurutaha tat Ubhayam, two, those two, Karoti. They are karoti, saha karoti, means doing. Even in neuter gender you can say karoti. In Sanskrita, even they call vrikshaha as a masculine gender. That's grammar. Let us come to the grammar later on. Now we are interested in mathematics. So if you do the Anvaya, Dirgha Akshnaya Rajjuhu. So traversing along those lines, all these long lines, Dirgha, we shall see the Dirgha also, that is the diagonal. See, they are taking a square, there is a diagonal. Now, Dirgha, if you take the long line, and then Yat Chaturaha Bhute. Chatura means you are constructing the squares on the